we're going to talk about the ink drawing project. We're going to make 3 drawings based on nature. And in these 3 drawings, you could use either Micron pen, which wasn't required for the class, but if you have it, you could use it. You could use dip pen, which is your Speedball sketch set plus Indie ink. Or you could use a Sumi brush, which is a Sumi brush plus Indie ink. And there's 2 parts of this project. The first will require you to go out into nature, whatever that is to you, and draw something from direct observation, close up. The second part of this project is to make a more abstract design based on natural motifs that you see. Okay, so let's first talk about the direct observation part of this project. Okay, so in this direct observation part, you're going to make 2 10-inch by 10-inch drawings, except if you're using Sumi brush. You're going to want to do them at 12 inches by 12 inches, so you can have more room to work. And basically, you're going to go out into nature. Now, nature could be your backyard. It could be the side of your house. It could be the park. It could be the beach. It could be a forest. Whatever nature is to you, go out to it. And then you're going to find some natural forms, and you're going to look up close at them, zoom in, and draw the details that you see. Now, you could either do this in a contour drawing, where you focus on edges, both inside and outside. Or you could do this in more of a tonal drawing, where you develop values, through cross-hatching and hatching, or stippling, or any other value-creating methods. Okay, now when you do this, I would suggest starting with a pencil sketch, just to capture the general proportions of your natural forms, and then develop it from there in ink. Particularly if you're doing it in a contour drawing, you're going to want to pay attention to line weight. How thick or thin are you making your lines? And you could think back to the shoe drawing, where you put a thicker line in an area of shadow and a lighter line in an area of light. Also, you could consider developing spatial depth through overlap, as well as through line value. Okay, so if it's lighter, it'll tend to recede. And also pay attention to texture. Look at the surface quality of your natural forms and capture that in ink. So, overall though, your goal is to look closely and have a sincere engagement with these natural forms. So let's talk about the second part of this project. In the second part of this project, you're going to make one 10-inch by 10-inch drawing. Unless you're using Sumi brush, then it'll need to be 12 inches by 12 inches. And you're going to be making an abstract drawing based on nature. Now, there's a whole range of possibilities for how you go about this. But the one thing I will be looking for is to see that the shapes you make are based on natural forms. Okay, so one way you could go about this is you go and collect natural objects, seeds, rocks, sticks, stones, insects, and you can use those shapes, okay, or the shapes that you draw from those forms, and you can use that as the basis for your design and repeat them throughout, and that'll get you something that looks more like this. Alternatively, you can make something that looks more like what you're seeing optically, and just be more expressive or stylized with the lines that you draw. Okay, and this will make more sense when you look at the examples I will show you in the PowerPoint. Okay, but nonetheless, you're going to need to pay attention to your figure-ground relationship, which is positive and negative space. You're going to need to pay attention to the emotional and expressive qualities of your line in your composition. And really, you're going to want to express your creativity in this, and consider how you can make a design which is inspired by these natural forms, but not in the same direct way as the first 2 drawings. When I go to grade the observational drawings, I'm going to look to see that you have a close observation of the edges and surface qualities of your chosen forms. I'm also going to be looking to see that you use a diverse line quality. Okay, a variety of line weights, line values, line paths, and that's for not only contour drawings, but tonal drawings as well. And in the abstract drawing, I'm going to look to see that you have shapes and markings that resemble natural forms. And then I'm gonna look to see that you're being creative in the way that you're interpreting these natural motifs or being inspired by them to create a design.